So we're, I guess, all prepared for the winter storm. It's supposed to start raining, I guess, this evening. I would imagine it's going to start freezing as soon as it starts raining. It's pretty cold. I don't know, maybe the temperature will go up today, I don't know. So, of course, I'm starting to get some calls in. And ta-da! Got a snowblower. Now, in this area, nobody is going to have a snowblower. Nobody. It's a poor area. People are just going to get their shovels out. But this customer is from Kansas City, so he's a good long ways for me. I'm not sure how many miles, 60, 100 miles, something like that. But he owns property down here. This is kind of a summer vacation area, tourist place. So I've worked on his equipment before. He's got a Cub Cadet riding mower. He's got a Cub Cadet push mower. It's actually a zero turn. And then he's got the push mower. He's also brought over a pressure washer that had a bad pump, and was the first time I was ever able to find an aftermarket pump and was making it cost effective to actually fix. Well, he calls me up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday. Of course, I'm wrapping my day up. And he says, I know this is really late notice, but can you take a look at my snowblower today? Because he says, I'm leaving tomorrow at 9 a.m. And I said, yeah, but obviously if it needs parts, there's no way I can get parts that fast. He says, I know. So my assumption was, now this is not part of the lawnmower. Remember, I've got this new channel. I'll put a link at the bottom here for that new channel, and a up next box. Or at the end of this video, there's an up next box. I'll send you over to that channel. But this is just about the human condition, is what this is about. So I said, if there's no parts there, you know, the snowstorm's coming Sunday specifically. So this is Saturday today. He brought it over on Friday. I said, there's no way I can get parts. He says, I know. Just see what you can do. So again, my assumption was he needed this to take back to Kansas City so he could snow blow his driveway or something. So I jumped right on it, had my little headlamp on, because by 4:30 it was going to get dark. So, I mean, at least I brought it out with me. I don't think I actually needed it. I checked the gas. The gas looked great. Checked the spark, because I wanted to get someplace simple, because it's kind of hard to get into the carburetor. You got to take this cover off to get to the carburetor. And it had good spark, so I went ahead and took the cover off and looked at, sprayed some carburetor fluid in it, or starting fluid in it. Fired right off. It's pretty hard to pull. This is a stout engine, so it has electric start on it also. So what you do is you plug your extension cord into it and you hit the start button. It doesn't have a battery. This is a pretty cool thing. So I had to get the generator out so I could start this up, but that's okay. I got to start up with the starting fluid, so I knew it was a carburetor issue. So I yanked the carburetor off, which for a Cub Cadet, it was actually fairly simple to get the carburetor off. 2 bolts and it came off. But like I said, you had to take this cover off, and there's a choke knob up here that you had to remove. And I mean, it's not very simple to get the cover off, is my point. So I cleaned the carburetor, and it looked like chicken noodle soup without the noodles. It's just that green, yellowish color. The gas has turned. Now the tank, like I said, the gas is good in here, and he said he drained the gas out last time he used it. And but he didn't drain the carburetor. So all that gas in the carburetor settled in there and got the emulsion tubes dirty. It was easy to clean. I just took it apart, sprayed carb cleaner in it, took my torch tip cleaners, cleaned out the little ports and put it all back together, started right up. I mean, no problems. So I took a video of it running. Carolyn actually took the video of me pushing it around. I posted it to Facebook, because that's how I kind of advertise, is on Facebook. Little short clips of, hey, snowblower's running, carb cleaned. And of course the guy is on my friends list, so he said, great job, thank you. And I called him up, let him know it was done. He said, okay, I'll be over tomorrow about 8:30 in the morning. Great. So I wanted to move this and put it on the porch in case it rained last night. I didn't think it was going to rain, but I didn't want this thing to get all frozen up and be hard to use for the snowstorm. So I was going to put it here, and when I did, the choke broke. This knob, that bar, runs from the carburetor up to this hole, and I just turned it. Not even hard. I went through it in my head a million times. It just wasn't hard, and it just snapped. So I took it apart last night with my headlamp on. It was 7 o'clock at night when I did this, and I tried to super glue it. Super glue didn't work. I tried to use Gorilla Glue. Gorilla Glue didn't work. So Carolyn said, hey, I got some JB Weld. Let's try that. So I mixed up some JB Weld. Of course, it takes 4 to 8 hours for it to set. So that meant I had to wait overnight to see if it was going to work. So got up this morning at 4:30 and came out and I tried to assemble it. But the JB Weld wasn't allowing the piece to go far enough down. This little piece, black piece right here. So I took the Dremel and I tried to clean up some of the JB Weld so it would sit flatter. And when I did, it just fell apart again. So, I mean, I felt terrible for the guy. Here he thought he was going to get a snowblower running and get it up to Kansas City. So at 5:30, after it fell apart again this morning, I messaged him and said, look, this choke broke. I was just trying to start it so I can move it. I tried to repair it. I've tried to do everything I can to think of that to do something so you can get this thing up to Kansas City so you can plow your snow or blow off your snow. I've ordered a part, but it's not going to be here until next Friday. So I'm really sorry about this. So I've been sitting around stressing all morning. Went ahead and edited my video and stressing, and he writes back, the nicest guy in the world. No worries. I got another one. I was just going to bring this bigger one up and use it, but I got another one, no problem. Let me know when it's done. I'll come down and I'll get it. He says, I was messing with it so much yesterday trying to get it to start, I probably broke it. That's what he said. I probably broke it. So, no problem. Just tell me how much it's going to cost to get the part. I'm like, holy wow, that's incredible. I'm just not used to that kind of behavior. I rarely get it. I don't know. I'm sure it's my personality. I'm sure that people just see me as a jerk, and so they treat me like a jerk. And that's my fault, I guess. I don't know how to be a nicer person. I just don't know how. I mean, I know what my problem is. And there's no way to change that in my behavior. I know people seem to think you should be able to change, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. But here we have a guy who really, I thought, needed a snowblower, and he's just like, I don't care. It's okay. You do a great job. Keep up the good work. I just find that so refreshing that there was no grudge. I watched a YouTube video a while back, lawnmower mechanic, and he went and picked up a lawnmower, a riding mower, put it on his trailer. The guy, the owner of the lawnmower, rode it up onto the trailer of the lawnmower mechanic. The lawnmower mechanic brought it back to his shop, was backing it off the trailer, and it stopped running. It was major valve damage. The lifter had broke, or the push rod had broke, snapped in half or bent, or I can't remember. So I mean, it was a serious problem. It was going to cost money. And the YouTuber, the mechanic on YouTube, made a video about it and was trying to explain to his audience, you just do the best you can to explain what happened, and then you take plenty of pictures. And that's where I think I am so successful, is I take videos through the process. That way the customer knows where I'm at, how is it going, what's wrong. So like yesterday, he saw it running. He saw that it was running and I had the handles. Well, here's a video of it. This is the video. So he saw the video. So this morning when he woke up, he realized there's no way I did anything wrong. I turned the choke on and it worked. So that may have lessened the sting for him, knowing that I had fixed it and he took responsibility for it. I'm not even saying it's his fault. I mean, I don't think I mean, it broke in my hand, don't get me wrong. But I don't think I did anything beyond the criteria, well, I know I didn't, of turning the knob like you're supposed to. You turn it this way for choke, you turn it this way for run. I just took it to choke. And it just broke. And the thing is, it's not like I had to take it off or anything to repair the carburetor. I left the rod on. So then I reassembled it. So it was probably in a weakened state, like he said. You know, he's probably getting frustrated with it and jerking it back and forth. I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying that's what could happen. Or it's just a cheap piece of plastic that breaks, because that's what it is. So, I mean, it's not even a huge cost. It's going to be a $20 repair part. I won't charge him any additional labor. I charged him, you know, for the cleaning yesterday. That's all I'll charge him, plus the part. So, but he's always so appreciative. And the thing is the first time I met him, he brought his riding mower, his zero turn, wanted the blade sharpened. And I don't know, I charged like 10 bucks or something, and it's not very expensive. And he says, I'm going to bring all my equipment to you because you're just going to be more concerned about my stuff and charge less than anything I'll be able to find in Kansas City. And you know, that's a common theme. I mean, this guy obviously makes a little money. He's got 2 properties, so I'm sure he's got a little bit of money. Probably doesn't have to worry about money, but he wants to save money. So it's easier for him to drive down here to his second property, to bring the trailer along with him, drop it off here, pick it up in a week or 2, take it back home. And the thing is you know, I get excited sometimes thinking, well, maybe he'll tell his friends in Kansas City that I'm a reasonable guy, I do good work. And they'll say, hey, take my mower down. Give him 10 bucks to take the mower down. I'll work on it. He'll pick it up, take it back to his friend's house. So he's making a little money. You know, it's just, I haven't proposed the idea to him yet, but he might think about doing that. But I'm just really excited because I was so worried. My life has always been get chewed out first and then just deal with the problems afterwards. I'm just whipped to believing that you're going to get hurt somehow or another if you do something that makes someone angry or disappointed. They're not going to take responsibility. And, I mean, he did. I was just flabbergasted. I was on the phone with Dad when it happened. He texted. I was just like, wow. I even replied back, wow, thank goodness, because he had a second one. I've been worried all morning. So there is hope for society, I suppose. I know people keep telling me that. I don't experience it very often, but what I noticed is the other day I created that new channel. All of a sudden, everybody came out of the woodworks to say, we love your channel, we love your channel, we love your channel. I mean, there must have been a few dozen people saying that. Now, they never comment usually, but today or yesterday or whatever it was, they did. And it's like, wow, there's this many good people out there that appreciate the work I'm doing, because, you know, you just get slammed so much. So thank you for all the kind words the other day. And I want to thank that guy. I mean, I know he doesn't watch my videos, I'm sure. I want to thank that guy for being so kind and understanding. So if you'll click this up next box, it'll take you to something. So if I can inspire you to find the rewards in good people, so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.